I'm Staff Sgt. Ferrier, and this is the one rope bridge. Understand that there are many ways to tie the one rope bridge, but this is how we tie it at the Jungle Operations Training course. The materials you'll need for this is 100-foot 9mm Kermantle rope, single backstack in a waterproof bag, 1 locking carabiner, and 2 non-locking carabiners. You'll also need a near side anchor point and a far side anchor point. To start off the one rope bridge, we're going to figure out our current. For this demonstration, our current is running from left to right. So first things first, I'm gonna grab my bag of rope and my end. I'm gonna place my bag of rope on the left side so I know that's the way the current's running. I'm gonna grab my 3 carabiners, my 1 locking carabiner, my 2 non-locking, and I'm gonna clip them on my belt loops or in my pocket, whichever you feel seat. And then I'm gonna make my way to the far side anchor. Once on the far side anchor, you're gonna tie a double figure 8 knot to JOTC standard. Ensuring that it's dressed, no twists, and you have at least a 4-inch pigtail. Once we've tied our double figure 8, we're going to come to our far side anchor. We're going to find which side's the up current side. For this instance, it is the left side of the pole. I'm going to bring my rope around, pinching it off, and finding the circumference of my pole using my finger through the bite of the double figure 8 and the standing end, creating 1 lay. From here, I'm going to grab 4 lays. 2, 3, 4. Once I find the end of the 4th lay, I'm gonna lean on it and I'm only gonna wrap from top to bottom. As I'm wrapping this, I'm gonna ensure that I'm not crossing this rope or creating any knots within the rope, and all these wraps are gonna be stacked nicely around themselves. If I find myself where I'm too short, I can pinch this and twist it to ensure my double figure 8 is off my anchor point. You know that you did this right if you have 4 wraps on the inside and 5 on the back side. Then I'm gonna grab my locking carabiner, throw it through my double figure 8, and then clip it onto my rope, lock it, and ensure it is secured. Then I'm gonna dress my rope system, all my wraps up, pinching them together, and just give it 1 little pull so it stays dressed. Once our wraps are dressed and set, we're going to continuously keep tension on this. We're going to make our way to the near side embankment. Once at the near side embankment, we're going to create our transport tightening system. This consists of a slip figure 8 and a 1/2 hitch. To create this, we're going to take a bite, create 1, 2 turns, pulling our running end through, create our slip figure 8. Then we're going to create our 1/2 hitch, making a loop and throwing it over our slip figure 8 and pulling it tight. Next, I'm going to take my running end and wrap it around my near side anchor point and bring it back to my transport tightening system and prep my 2 non-locking carabiners. With the non-locking carabiners, we're going to come to our transport tightening system. Our first carabiner is going to go from sky to ground. Our next carabiner is going to go from ground to sky. Once in, we're going to twist them. We're going to ensure our carabiners are opposite and opposed. To do so, we're going to make sure our hinges for our gates are on the same side, but our gates are on opposite sides. So when I push these down, we create an X. Next, I'm going to take my running end, I'm going to place it from inside to outside. Transport tightening system. Once we've created our transport tightening system, we're going to go ahead and put tension on the one rope bridge. From here, we got to create our wraps. We're going to take our rope and our bag, wrapping around to get 3 wraps on the back and 2 on the front. We need to make sure all these wraps are going from top to bottom. Once you have your 3 wraps and your 2 wraps in the front, create an 18-inch bite, pulling over your 2 lines. With that 18-inch bite, we're gonna bring our bite over these 2 ropes. From here, we've created a triangle. We're going to take the bite and push it through the triangle, ensuring all our ropes are not twisted and they're staying together. We're going to pull it tight. No twist along here. Next, we're going to come underneath, ensuring our bite is still parallel with each other. We're going to go over. We're going to make sure these four stay in a line as we make these pulls. We're going to slightly pull this bite left and right. Just get it tight. Make sure it stays clean all the way through. Once you've done so, you'll have 4 ropes in a line, 2 running across, creating a clove hitch. Once we've checked the clove hitch, we're going to check our wraps. We're going to make sure we have 3 wraps, they're dressed and set, and they're in a downward motion, going all the way around. On the inside, we'll have 2 wraps. There will be 1 line that goes above the other wrap. That is okay for that 1 cross. To check our clove hitch, we're going to ensure that we have 2 lines coming in, and they're feeding all the way around, creating a locking bar, and then exiting out. So we'll have a total of 4 ropes in a line, all being traced with no crosses and exiting the same way. Once we've checked our wraps, we're going to go to our transport tightening system. First things first, we're going to confirm that our rope is routed from inside to outside. Next, we're going to go to our non-locking carabiners. We're going to make sure they're opposite and opposed. So we have our 1 hinge and our 2nd hinge right here. And we have our gate on the bottom and our gate on top, so we know we're right. Next, we're going to double check our slip figure 8 is correct. And we have our half hitch in the right spot. From there, we're going to move down to our far side anchor. Once on the far side anchor point, we're going to come to our wraps and ensure they are set properly. We have 4 wraps on the inside and 5 on the back side. For this, we need to make sure our top 3 ropes are properly dressed. As you can tell, this bottom rope is going to be sagging a little bit. That is fine, as long as those top 3 are dressed. Then we're going to come to our figure 8, double figure 8. We're going to ensure that there's no cross or twist and it's tied to JOTC standard. And we're going to make sure our locking carabiner is locked and secured. In a tactical situation, you have 6 people to complete this system. For JOTC standard, this will be an individual test. You'll have 8 minutes to complete this test. This is the 1 rope bridge.